Welcome! Today we are going to look again at the c64 from My Retro Computer, which we introduced in the last video. This is a c64 type case with a modern mechanical cherry blue switch keyboard, into which you can put a motherboard of your choice. As long as the motherboard itself is no bigger than an ITX and doesn't require a lot of cooling, as space inside the case is limited. Today we are going to look at testing out the keyboard itself. The keyboard connects to the motherboard using a small standard header connector. Fitting to an ITX motherboard wouldn't be a problem, but as we will be connecting this to an Odroid, which doesn't have motherboard USB sockets, we will have to convert this to a standard USB Type A to connect to one of the external USB sockets. We can do this by soldering a couple of header connectors to a simple Vero board to allow the keyboard cable to connect to a USB cable of our choice. This is what I'm going to do today to allow the keyboard to be tested in isolation. Here is a Vero board with both sets of pins in place. We need to take great care here to connect these two cables the right way round, to avoid damaging the keyboard. Here is our adapter cable. With this connected, we can now connect the adapter to our main computer with a USB cable, allowing the keyboard to appear just like any other USB attached keyboard. As this is a standard Cherry MX Blue keyboard, you'd expect a certain amount of clicking from the keys. The keyboard itself is fairly solid. The key travel is adequate, and the quality of the keycaps is excellent. Typing is okay, that's reasonable. Backspace works fine. Return works fine. All the function keyboards seem to work fine. All the function keys work as expected. Function F1. Functions come up nicely. Caps lock. The caps lock key does have a light on it, albeit a very bright light, so you can hardly miss you in caps lock. All in all, it's an excellent keyboard. In addition, you have a number of dedicated buttons, for example, one to bring up your browser, one for your email client, and one for Explorer. These buttons here with this internet comes up quite nicely. Press email, up to email. And clicking the Files button brings up your standard Explorer window. Additionally, you have two dedicated volume buttons which move your system sound up and down. Volume goes down. So in summary, it's an excellent keyboard with which I can find no fault. What we're going to be looking at in the next video is the mounting of the Odroid motherboard inside the main case. Looking at the inside of the main case, you can see, once we've taken all the packing materials and additional things out, that the motherboard fits in as an ITX motherboard, but we'll be fitting an Odroid board. So we're going to have to put a mounting plate in onto which the Odroid's going to have to mount to. Then I'm going to have to do possibly a 3D printed backplate so that we can fit in the Odroid plus the power supply connector. The SATA connector we're probably not going to be using initially, but I may do something in that one later, possibly another external hard disk or possibly a DVD drive. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching.